Hey, Dan Coach Emilio here with NorCal Sports Network with a video and update on Roki Sasaki and where will he sign. Before we get into this, let us thank our sponsor, Chapman Law Group. Please check out Chapman Law Group in the description of this video. And as always, if everybody would give this a like and subscribe, it really does help the channel and its algorithms, helps it get out to more people when you like and subscribe it. So thank you so much in advance for that. Guys, Roki Sasaki, where's he going to end up? Well, we're not going to find out until at least January 15th because that's the first day he's eligible to sign. So right now, teams are meeting with him, and they're meeting with him and his agent, Joel Wolf, in their own backyard, which is in LA. So all the teams that are wanting to meet with Roki are having to come down to LA. And rather interesting to me that Joel Wolf, his agent, has said things like, well, the media frenzy in Japan may cause him to want to sign with a less than, stressful area of media. See if I can pull up the exact quote here for you. And there was a recent article that came out of masslive.com from Chris Cotillo. And he was talking about the Red Sox. And of course, he's not eligible. So far, the Red Sox haven't been part of the conversation. And according to reports, Sasaki has already met with the Mets, Yankees, Cubs, Rangers, and most likely the Giants, while the Dodgers and Padres, seen through the industry as the two major favorites to land the 23-year-old righty, will surely have sit-downs if they haven't already. Okay, but Boston hasn't yet. But let's see if I can find this quote. I was reading it earlier about this. See if I can find it. Anyway, it did mention that he may want to sign in a smaller market, so to speak, because of the craziness that he went through over there in Japan. But guys, one of the things that stands out to me is I've been in sales for many, many years, over really about 40 years of my life. Started in my early 20s getting into sales. And the worst place to be when you're getting into sales is you don't want to be the first when you're presenting, when somebody is looking at multiple bids. It's generally the last person in that has the best advantage because that's the last voice that team has heard. So to me, the advantage lies with the Dodgers and the Padres. And remember that Sasaki and the Dodgers people were excusing Joel Wolf as already having a handshake deal with the Dodgers with Sasaki. And now you see these things that talk about, well, he's maybe considering a small market because he doesn't want to be in a market that's crazy major media market. To me, that's all smoke screens because I think he's really going to end up with the Dodgers. It fits perfectly. They can go with a 6-man rotation. They've already pretty much have that in place. Sasaki, I think he ends up there, possibly with the Padres. I don't see him going to San Francisco. And why do I say that? I know the Giants are very, very interested in Sasaki, and they would love the opportunity to build around him. The part what concerns me with this is the Giants are linked to the number one prospect, Jashar De Jesus Gonzalez. Hope I'm pronouncing his first name, Jasars, something like that. He's a switch hitting shortstop with a polished approach at the plate from a young age, are sure to draw lofty comparisons, and there's no shortage of team when it comes, or of them when it comes to Gonzalez. His ceiling has been held in the same regard as all-stars Francisco Lindor and Jose Reyes. Gonzalez is a much more polished product from the left side of the plate, his natural side, and displays plus bat speed with an advanced feel for the barrel. He was regarded as the standout performer of the 18U World Cup in Panama during early August. In a 7-game stint, he went 8 for 22 with 4 extra base hits, more walks than strikeouts. I love that. He's 17, already has plate discipline, and 5 stolen bases, boding well for his future up the middle. Evaluators often first discuss Gonzalez's instincts for playing shortstop. He has potential plus arm, coupling with that quick hands and twitchy actions. The Giants are linked to Gonzalez. They only have $4.1 million of international pool money. I would think a huge amount of that is going to have to go to Gonzalez to get him to sign. And if they sign Sasaki, where other teams have anywhere between $5.5 million to $7.5 million, this isn't going to come down to so much money for Sasaki. His big deal is going to come afterwards. But I don't think the Giants have much of a shot unless they relinquish their rights to signing De Jesus Gonzalez, which I believe would be a huge mistake. The Giants need players like Gonzalez to build. Look, the best teams out there have great international stars. You look at Juan Soto, he came up with the Nationals and the Yankees, and now he's a Met. But, of course, the Padres in there is between. But Acuna, Guerrero, just think of all the stars in the game. De La Cruz. These guys are international stars that came in the international draft. The Giants haven't had one in so many years. And they have Luis Matos and Marco Luciano, who both were drafted as 17-year-olds, I believe, in the 2017 draft, if I'm not mistaken. But they're still young, and they haven't been able to prove themselves. So they need to, let these guys either play or whatever. But some of these guys that come around, he's the number 1 ranked prospect. So what does that have to do with Roki Sasaki and the San Francisco Giants? I think it has a lot to do, because if you sign Sasaki, I don't think they're going to have enough money to sign Gonzalez. So it's a tough dilemma, because the kid's only 17 and you're probably looking at 5 years away, maybe 4. But Sasaki gives you, you get Sasaki in the fold and you sign Burns, now you're cooking. Now the Giants are legitimate playoff contenders with Webb and Sasaki and Burns at the top of your rotation. I think if that's the case, if you can get Sasaki as the San Francisco Giants and then go ahead and commit to Burns, you pretty much kind of have to go with that and take your chances that you might not be able to sign Gonzalez. Tough situation for the Giants. They lost $1 million when they signed Matt Chapman and Blake Snell a year ago. They gave up $1 million plus draft picks. So I think if the Giants don't get Sasaki, you got to make sure you get Gonzalez. But back to Sasaki, I think he ends up in LA. I think that is the favorite. I think the next in line possibly could be the Padres. I don't foresee him going anywhere else, simply because, look, the East Coast teams, he's not going to the East Coast. He hasn't even visited the East Coast. He's here in LA, or not here in LA. I'm in Arizona right now, and the Giants are obviously San Francisco, but Sasaki and his agent are meeting in LA. So what does that say? Think about it. Sasaki, maybe he's taking a trip. We don't know. Maybe he's taking some trips to the East Coast. But I would think if he was going to sign with one of those teams, he would be going out and visiting their stadiums, their front offices, getting used to the area to consider. So the fact that he's meeting in LA, we'll see. Maybe he's going to narrow it down to 3-4 teams, and he already knows LA. Maybe he'll visit San Francisco, San Diego. Maybe he'll take a trip back to New York if he's considering the Yankees or the Mets or somewhere like Atlanta. We don't know who he's going to meet with, but we know one thing. He's not signing until January 15th, and he had a 45-day window once he was posted, and I pretty much think it's not much longer after the 15th that he will sign. So I expect Sasaki to sign probably right on the 15th or 16th of January. We'll see. But for now, I think Roki Sasaki, the leading candidates, are the LA Dodgers and the San Diego Padres. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Where do you think Sasaki's going? Do you think the Giants, if they have a shot at Sasaki, they should go with Sasaki and forsake De Jesus Gonzalez, the number one prospect, that the Giants haven't had a player like that with that kind of potential? What do? Do you go ahead and take Sasaki and say goodbye to Gonzalez, or hope maybe Gonzalez takes very little and Sasaki? I mean, again, the Giants only have $4 million, so they'd have to split that between both. What do you do? Tell us what you think. Where's he going to land? Tell me your vote down below. Is it the Dodgers, Padres, Giants? I do think it's going to be a California team, everybody. That's my guess. So let us know below. Thanks for watching. Really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody.